2020. When most people hear this, they think of a tight game of badminton, but now it stands for something else. The worst year ever. For millennials. When the year started, Corona was just a beer. Ollie Murs wasn't banned from the crisp aisle, and Zoom was just something Prince Andrew did on his telescopic lens. But that's all changed. It's been a tough 12 months. In fact, 2020's had so many downs, people are mistaking it for a Nissan Gib. Sorry, mate.
January.
The year began with a bushfire down under, sadly not a sex position for lesbians. Instead it was a blaze in Australia that destroyed millions of hectares. OnlyFans models sold topless pics online to help with the cause. Not the first time hoes have helped put out a fire.
Boo!
Feminist. Speaking of spit in flames, Wiley and Stormzy had a beef. Stormzy focused on dissing his family, and ironically it was Wiley's anti-Semitism that destroyed his career. Later that month, Harry and Meghan decided they'd had enough of Liz and the gang and moved to Canada. All the royals fly private, except for Prince Andrew, who flies with Virgin. Sorry, flies with a Virgin.
February.
February began with Harvey Weinstein turning up to court, seemingly faking a disability. Harvey was jailed, but at least his Walker got nominated for Best Support Act. I'm joking. The only Oscar he sees now is Pistorius. Speaking of the Oscars, Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor for Joker, a film in which he portrays a wannabe comedian who goes off the rails and completely loses his head in front of the cameras. Sounds familiar.
Bob, you're dead. March.
In March, something spread around the world at such a rate, scientists described it as How to be Stormzy 2.0. Something created in China soon went global, ruining life as we knew it. That's right, I'm talking about TikTok.
No.
They call me a paedophile.
Who hasn't? Just stick to the script.
Fine. That's right, I'm talking about COVID-19. Or if you're Prince Andrew, COVID, have you got anything younger? One of the first celebrities to catch the virus was Tom Hanks. His son Chet had this to say at the time.
Rah, me tip me father I'll be alright. He been through worse. Do you not see me Philadelphia? You ain't no pussy.
After case numbers reached 3,000, Boris Johnson announced a national lockdown where everyone would stay in. Bad news for Philip Schofield, who'd only just come out.
Oh. No.
With the pandemic on our hands, people started the movement Clap for the NHS. But someone more deserving of applause was sexy YouTuber Stephen Tries, who just hit 1 million subscribers.
Shall we move on to April?
Yep.
April.
Stand 2 metres back. Cover your face or you'll make me sick. Just some of the things girls said to me in high school. But now these are also the rules in Britain. PM Boris Johnson had forgot to wear proper protection, again, and caught coronavirus. Bojo had made such a pig's ear of the pandemic, even David Cameron was trying to fuck it. But he wasn't the only world leader that was poorly. The world was in shock when Kim Jong-un died, until 2 weeks later when he was back from the dead. Of course, 2020 did have a career burial, but we'll get onto the Wembley Cup later.
May.
May began with Dominic Cummings breaking lockdown rules to drive to Durham Castle and test his eyesight. Forget the castle, it's his reputation that was ruined. Like ruins, like the castle.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Surely you can do better than that.
Fine. Dominic Cummings broke lockdown rules when he drove to Durham Castle to test his eyesight. The stupid specky cunt. Elsewhere, Elon Musk and his partner Grimes had their first child, XAEA-12. Some people say it's the weirdest thing to come out of Grime since Afghan Dan.
Hey Stephen, 2016 called, they want their jokes back.
Then on the 25th of May, George Floyd was killed by American police officers. The merciless nature of his death sparked outrage, leading to protests for the Black Lives Matter movement taking place all over the world.
June.
June saw more protests throughout the UK. People in Bristol pulled down a statue of Edward Colston, a former slave trader. This triggered numerous protests from opposition groups like All Lives Matter. I'm actually joined by the leader of the group, Ian Bread. Ian, thank you for coming.
No problem.
Now Ian, don't you think people have the right to remove something that symbolises the racist actions of the past?
Look, I'm all for protests when it's for a worthy cause. Like the pasty tax back in 2012.
But a lot of people think somebody who opposes the BLM movement is a racist.
I'm not a racist. My wife's got 2 black eyes.
Fuck off, Ian. June was also the month that J.K. Rowling took to Twitter to speak out about trans people. She's gone from Goblet of Fire to Gobshite Online. Come on. Later that month, Jeffree Star was cancelled after they'd been accused of using racist language online. A lot of people were shocked by this, especially his brother Vic.
July.
In July, life took a turn for the better. Lockdown was eased, pubs were open, Liverpool were champions, and a vaccine was being developed. Things were on the up. Up!
August.
Not so fast. Ellen DeGeneres was exposed for being a bad person. Like a guy smoking near Rota Shore, I was gobsmacked. In fact...
Well, hey, be careful making jokes about Ellen.
Why?
Well, because she's a minority, you'll have to be extra cautious.
Fine. What's the next topic?
Eat out to help out?
Oh, come on! Later in the month, Sky filmed immigrants being stopped from getting into Britain. I haven't seen somebody struggle on a channel so much since Cam Kirkham joined XO.
September.
In September, Jeff Bezos' fortune reached over 200 billion, which would be really impressive if he wasn't bald and divorced. In the world of YouTube, footage from the 2018 Wembley Cup emerged, showing why the F2's team was kicked out. I think the F2 are just like the F1, except with bigger helmets.
October.
In October, the country was in tears. I can only assume it was because a supermarket advert featured an Asian family. Then October the 3rd was officially the wettest day in the UK on record. It didn't rain, but Anthony Joshua posted a topless selfie. Piss off. Elsewhere, Kanye West ran for president, in the same way that Stephen Hawking ran for the bus, and the Sidemen celebrated their 7th birthday. No sign of Prince Andrew though. Makes a change.
November.
In November, the trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard came to a conclusion. A man hasn't been so disappointed with his missus since Chunks at Soccer Aid. I don't miss. And another decision was reached, as Joe Biden became the next president of the United States. Trump's 4 years are over. He leaves behind a legacy of breaking laws and building walls. Thank fuck. Now if we could only get rid of that other blonde twat, we'd all be laughing.
December.
This year, the world lost some important figures. Kobe Bryant, Maradona and Sean Connery to name just a few. But by using Kanye West's hologram technology, we can speak to Mr. Connery now.
Bullet. Hi, I'm Sean Connery. A lot of people are shaken but not stirred by my death. I'm here to say, don't worry, the James Bond movies will always live on. There's debate now about who the next James Bond should be. Maybe Tom Hardy or Idris Elba. I'm here to say, no, Stephen Sties is your man. Good looks and a cracking batty are hard to come by these days. That lad's special. In fact, I'd go as far to say he's the most genius comedian on the planet. Peace out.
So there we have it, 2020, a year unlike any other. Well done for making it through. The year, not the fucking video. Anyway guys, stay safe, stay humble. 0 to 60 in 24 years. No short shorts.
James Bond will always live on. There's a lot of debate about who the next James Bond should be. Maybe,
Why am I doing the Grinch?